Happy New Year, art community. I've got a list here of what I want to go over real quick. First off, I don't know how many people might have gone over to my blog, but I am moving it to a domain of its own. It's just a lot easier that way for me to share files and things like that, which we'll get to later. But my new domain is www.evilwidgets.com, and I'll have a link in the video notes and on my old blog to direct you over to the new one. So hope it looks good, hope it works. If anybody has any problems, just let me know, please. Next note, okay, I'll do a quick journal update. I haven't really done a lot in my Teaching More journal that I've been sharing with you. Just finished off that page and did a little bit of a page with some paint chips. So that's pretty much all I've gotten. Added on a little bit more color on a background, but that was about it. One thing I did want to clear up, someone had, or actually a couple of people I think had said something about they were glad I was trying getting into art journaling. I've actually been doing this about a year, but this was a new technique for me. I started out around Christmas time last year and bought myself a sketchbook intending to do a lot of drawing, and it kind of went into art journaling from there. So I've actually got a couple sketchbooks full of art journaling type stuff, and it's actually recently that I've gone more into more of a multimedia thing. Before I was just sketching and doing adding a little bit of paper and adding some colored inks and watercolor pencils here and there. And I might share some scans and pictures of that on my blog here and there. We'll see. But I just kind of wanted to clear that up. My next thing is a little bit of a tip that I hope might help some people. I use the Tim Holtz inks a lot. That you use the distress inks, and you use the applicator, the stamp-handled applicators for those. There is a storage system. I had been just using a glass tray to set those on, but it was getting messy. I was getting ink on other stuff. And so I saw the Inkssentials craft spinner, and here's the box for it. I ordered one. I didn't like that it only held 8 because I like having a handle for each of the colors. And I was wondering if they could stack, since it looked like it probably screwed together from what I could tell at that point. And indeed, yes, it will stack. The actual one you can see in the picture has just one level, but it screws together with posts and stuff, and I was able to order 2 and have a double-leveled spinner. So if anybody's been hesitant about ordering one of these, thinking that it would take up too much room, it's actually fairly small, and you can add levels to it. I would have no hesitation about adding one more level onto that. It's pretty sturdy. I have no fear of it falling over. The downside is I now have this extra base, which I need to figure out something to do with it. So if anybody has an idea of what I can do with this, hey, give me a suggestion. If I use it, I will definitely credit you and show off what I do with it. So that's that. I picked up the Art Journaling magazine, the new one for winter 2010, and it is a lot of fun. Usually the first 2 issues that I've gotten, it takes me a long time to kind of go through and devour them, but I flip through and enjoy it, and then go through again and again and again, and slower. It's got a lot of rereadability to it. So if you haven't gotten that, run out and get it. It's a really good magazine. Since it was my birthday, I went earlier this week and to the Half Price Books, one of the ones in my area, and I got some old books in their clearance section that were like $1, $2 each so I can use them for collage. And I found really fun an old Army technical manual for something called rectifiers. They're basically a power supply for radios. This is from 1946, like right after the end of World War II. And it's got a lot of technical diagrams and things like that, and that's going to be a lot of fun. The nice thing about this is, being a technical manual and a government thing, it's not really under a copyright, so I can take a couple scans of interesting things here and there and share that with you. So the first thing I'm doing on my new site is I have scanned in a really interesting page. It's the destruction notice on this, and it's basically what you should do if it looks like this area is going to fall into enemy hands. You should destroy your rectifiers, destroy this equipment, and how you would destroy it. So here is one I printed out after I scanned it. This one's cleaned up. It doesn't have the yellowing, so I scanned it in. I have one that's original that has all the yellowing on it. There's a PDF of that on my site. And then I have one where I cleaned it up so it's black and white instead of yellowed, white, and black. So, I mean, it's got interesting stuff on there like why? To prevent the enemy from using or salvaging this equipment for his benefit. When? When ordered by your commander. How? Smash. Use sledges, axes, hand axes, pickaxes, hammers, crowbars, heavy tools. And it just kind of goes on in that manner. Basically, how to destroy the equipment. And at the very end it says destroy everything. So I thought that would be a really interesting thing to use in a journal page. So that is, like I said, on my site as a PDF, 2 different PDFs, the original yellowed scan and the corrected scan. The reason I did that is because if you were to print out the yellow version, it's going to take a lot more ink. So some people may prefer to have the other version where it doesn't use as much ink. So that's the reasoning behind it. I've gotten other books. Some of the other ones that I've picked up are probably under copyright, and I'm going to research some of that and see what I can share. And as I go along, I may have some more stuff in the future. Next thing I wanted to mention is a really fun movie that I watched recently. It is an animated movie. It's the story of the oldest breakup in the world. It's based on, part of it is based on the, oh shoot, I'm going to mess up the name. The Rama something. It's an Indian myth. So interspersed with a modern woman's story. And it's called Sita Sings the Blues. It's actually available for you to watch on YouTube. The creator of it made it under a common Creative Commons license, so you can watch it. It's available on the web. You can download it, watch it, what have you. I favorited it, so if you look in my favorites on my channel, you should be able to find it. At any rate, I'll make sure that there's a link in the notes on this particular video on my website, and hopefully in the video info thing. So that's I think art journalists would really like it because it's very collagey, and you'll see what I mean when you watch it. It's all these different styles that just seem like they shouldn't work together in a movie, but they do. They really do. I absolutely love it.